All right, hello. This video is about value, humility, and selflessness. Hope you guys like it. But yeah, like one of the big things that we have going on right now, though, is everybody wants to just have everything done for them. Nobody wants to work for anything. Everybody just expects you to hand it to them, and then you don't have to work hard or have any kind of value or any sense of worth about anything. Everybody wants everything the easy way, and nobody wants to put the effort into it, and everybody just wants everything handed to them. And when you don't try hard to earn something or apply value to it, that you don't take care of it, you don't respect it. And that translates to people nowadays too, with, people not having any kind of value that anybody wants to respect. And, if you only have one thing to offer, that's all anybody's going to expect from you. If you're one of those kind of people that just thinks you're going to float on by through life and never have to work hard for anything and never try to accomplish anything, and that the whole world just owes you a handout, that's how you're going to live your life. You're going to walk up somewhere and you're just going to expect someone to give you something or expect somebody to do something for you. And that's a sad way to live. You never learn the value of anything. Well, the younger generation just has everything automatically given to them. Everything is instant gratification. They went to college for 4 years and they got a degree. Now you owe me a job and I need to be making $500,000 a year. And if you don't do that, then you don't value me. Well, guess what? That's not how it works. You start in the mailroom, you start pushing carts, you go get your degree. That's great. I'm glad you had the perseverance to go to school for 4 years and graduate. But that doesn't mean you come out of the gate with the world owing you everything. You worked for 4 years to get that degree. Awesome. People work their entire lives to get things. You work for 20 years, you work for 15 years, you work for 30 years to get where you need to be. Some people have to work for 60 years. Some people are 70 years old and never got their comeuppance. They've been working since they were a kid. But you think because you went to college when you graduated high school at 18 and you got out at 22 or 23 or whatever, that you need to come out of the gate making all this money because you went and got a degree? Who cares? You should have went to a trade school. You should have went somewhere. If you want to be 22 years old and making $80,000 or $100,000 a year, instead of going to college at 18, you should have became a plumber's apprentice, and by 4 years in, you'd be a 4-year plumber and you'd be making money. But the other part of that is people do that with their partners. They do that with the people in their lives, that if you don't instantly respect me and instantly give me what I feel like I deserve, then you're not worth it for me. That's why so many men and women now are just kind of throwaway. You get into a relationship with somebody and the minute things don't work out, you're just like, oh well, I'll find somebody else that'll treat me better. Well, that's not really the case. The value of a relationship is in building that relationship, is in taking that time with that person to work through the hard times and be there and persevere and do things with the person so that you get to know each other, so that you build unity with that person. And that is what builds a relationship and brings you closer together. You'll never find a married couple that's been married for 40 or 50 years that won't tell you that this is hard work every single day. Marriage is a job. Being in a relationship with someone is hard work. You cannot just cut and run at the first sign of trouble because, it got too hard, or he said something or she said something and it just really was just something I didn't want to hear, so I'm done with him and I'll move on to the next person. Yeah, and it's depressing to see that that's the way that people are choosing to live their lives. And the other thing too is that, social media is ruining a lot of things for a lot of people. Posting online, they post online your perfect life that you don't actually have. I did all this and I went on this and I saw this and here's pictures of me with a celebrity, or here's pictures of me doing something really fun. That is just phony. Why don't you show the everyday life of yourself where you wake up miserable because you don't exercise, because you don't eat right, because you don't take care of yourself, because you don't respect yourself, because you were out late the night before drinking and partying and wasting money when you could have been working hard. Let's show those pictures. Let's show that side of your life, not just the fun moments every once or twice a year. Let's show the day to day. Let's show getting up early and working hard. I appreciate people that will show you how they actually live their life and how they actually grind every day and how they actually have to get up and take care of things, over somebody who said, just got back from 2 weeks in the islands, boy was it fun, wish I could go back. Yeah, you wish you could go back because that's called a vacation for a reason. Live in the world, live in reality, live in the hard work times, live in the times where things don't go your way. It's an escape. It's a huge escape. All you're trying to do is just escape from your problems, but that's all you want anybody to see is how well you can escape from your problems. You don't want to see and seem vulnerable when someone looks at you and says, hey, are you doing all right? And you answer them truthfully and say, I'm not doing all right. I've got this X, Y, and Z going on, and I could really use some help. Nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to seem vulnerable because people think that vulnerability is a sickness. It's okay to be vulnerable because there are people out there that want to help you and want to see you do well. Those are usually your close friends and your family, your parents, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters. Those people don't want you to suffer in life. They want you to do well, but you're too embarrassed because you think their life is better than yours, so you don't want to tell them your problems. Well, the truth of the matter is, everybody's life's complicated. Everybody goes through hard times. Everybody suffers. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. Everybody is ashamed of things that they have done and doesn't want to admit them. Everybody's life is just as intricate and just as full of things as yours. So what you have to do is you have to get off your high horse of self-recognition. You have to get off of the, I need everybody to think I'm doing well. And sometimes you just need to call up that person in your life that you talk to all the time and say, hey, I need help. I'm not doing well. Things aren't going my way. Hey, can you pray with me? Hey, can we talk about this? Hey, can we have a conversation that's not more than 30 seconds on the phone? I need to talk to somebody because I need some help to get through some things. And you just need to reach out to that person because they'll be there for you. And sometimes you have to be that person for somebody too. Sometimes you have to answer that phone at 11 o'clock at night or 2 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever the time of day it is. If that person is reaching out to you, you need to make yourself available to help them because you might be the reason that changes their day. That conversation may be what saves their life in some situations. I know that's kind of weird to say or to think about, but you never know how close somebody is to the edge. You never know what someone else is thinking. And maybe that conversation that they want to have with you saves their life. It's one of those things that you don't know that someone else may need that conversation, may need that ear, and you don't have to say anything. Sometimes you could just sit there on the phone with them for 20 minutes and not say two words, and they just need to talk, and they just need to know that someone is on the other line that cares about them, that understands what they're going through, and wants to genuinely have a conversation with another human being. A lot of people are lonely. A lot of people that are around people all the time are lonely. You can sit in a room with 20 people and still feel lonely. A genuine, deep human connection is more important than anything else. That is what people need. That's what people strive for, and that needs to be our goal in life, is to be able to have open conversations with others, to be that person that can listen to someone. Well, and see, that's the thing though, is you'll never know if you actually helped them or not, but at least you can know that you were there for them, and you can know that you did your best to help them find solutions and listen to them. And at the end of the day, that's all we can do for one another, is just be there for someone. Your only choice is to be there. You can't look at somebody and you can't say, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to try to do anything. I don't want to hear it. We were talking about Matthew 25:40. It says, truly I say to you, as if you'd done it for one of the least of my brothers of mine, you have done it for me. From a God standpoint, helping out any human being on this planet is the same as doing it for God, for Jesus Christ. I say to you, whatever you've done to help the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you've done it for me. That's how we should be. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat people the way you want to be treated, and this world will be a much better place. The world needs more people willing to say, it's not about me. I'm not doing this for me. I'm being selfless. I'm trying to make this world a better place. I don't need any recognition for it. I don't need to have a camera in someone's face while I'm helping them. I just need to help them. And that's the thing now that people are starting to get wrapped up in, is, they want to help somebody as long as they get recognition for it. I'll film a YouTube video of me helping the homeless, or me doing this or doing that, as long as the world knows that I did it. That's just being a Pharisee. That's just being the loudest person praying in the temple, so everybody knows that you're the best prayer. You pray harder than anybody else. Do things in a humble manner. Do things in a way that don't draw attention to yourself. It's not about you. It's about what you can do for others. And until people in this world can get to that point, and it's okay that someone's selfless, and you don't have to react, and you don't have to get in their face, and you don't have to make a big deal about it, because no one wants attention drawn to their inefficiencies, and no one wants attention drawn to their vulnerabilities. The only reason that people are allowing things like this to happen is because they are so desperate that if it takes getting a camera put in their face and someone making a big deal and a spectacle out of them to get help, they're so desperate they're going to take that help. Because that's what desperation does to people. Don't make someone feel that desperate. Don't put them in a situation where they have to feel embarrassed. Sure, they're going to go along with it, but they're not going to want it to happen that way. They would just rather be pulled aside and helped. Your time on this earth will come because death is inevitable. So what do you want to believe in? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Do you want to leave behind a legacy of I didn't do anything to help anybody, I only helped myself? Or do you want to leave a legacy behind of selflessness, of the guy that you want to be, the guy that everybody could call and talk to? You want to be the guy that gave more than he had, the guy that everyone revered and respected and said, hey, you know, he may not have had much, but what he had, he shared. Why would you not want to be that person? Because you can't take any of it with you. When you die, it's done. Death is a finality of this world. When you die, you're dead. Now, whatever you might believe happens next is up to you. As a Christian, I know that heaven and hell are realities, and there's one place I'd rather go than the other, and that's for sure. Reading the Bible is a great way to figure out which direction you want to go. And if you're of the belief where you think all you do is die and the lights go out and that's it, there's no real consequences for any of your actions. So, you know, do what you want to do, but I'd rather read the Bible and be a Christian and believe in God and be wrong about everything than not and spend an eternity in hell. So I guess that's all I'm trying to say is just you need to be there for others, you need to do good for others, and you need to be able to set an example for the future generations of people that are going to be eventually taking care of you in your older age too, and the ones that are going to be standing there and watching you and seeing you as an example of what leadership should be in this world, and being humble and selfless and generous and showing gratitude in every situation are far better ways to lead your life than a life of selfishness, arrogance, pride, and having no resolve. So thanks for listening to this, and I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.